culturally safe space so safe for our little ones?
That's a big question. It's in everything that we do. Upon enrolment, we do the Uncle Ernie's framework with all families. So we sit down one-on-one. An educator that's been to Stronger Smarter will be the educator to do the Uncle Ernie's questionnaire that we've recreated into a early childhood format to suit our families and get to know them a bit deeper than what we had previously before doing Stronger Smarter. So we get to know their family culture and their bloodline, their background, their everything about that child and that family. So you already have that strong relationship and connection with them before their child even starts their first day of preschool. So I find that is a really, really great way for us as a team to get to know that family and best support that family before they even start. We also do Oz Identities questionnaire that comes from Stronger Smarter that we have also adapted into an early childhood appropriate way to find out their learning styles, their communication styles, and how we can best program for them inside, outside, what friendship group to support them with and what suits that child's needs. So I think once the families sit and have those family meetings with us and understand how important it is for us to understand them holistically as a whole family, not just the child that we'll be working with every day, they get that sense of connection and that strong relationship and know that their sense of belonging here is from the get-go. Yeah, they're not walking through and leaving their most precious child with strangers with no connection. We form that relationship from day dot.
Yeah, it just encourages really lovely conversations that you wouldn't normally have if it was just to bring your child in, drop them off. It'd be quite superficial conversation, but it's amazing what the connections and the knowledge we gain from families during that process.
Very valuable, and it just reinforces the high expectations relationships, what you've just said with your parents and the community, I suppose. Those authentic human relationships. So it's the ongoing building of that. Would you agree of the high expectations relationships?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We had a family, they missed their orientation meeting, and since then their child has started, and they've just been coming one day a week. And Karen had a really long conversation with the parent the other day and said, "Oh, we didn't get a chance to do your Uncle Ernie's or Oz Identity. Do you have time now?" And she said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh, can we do it both for me and the child?" So they sat down, and she was really interested in the process and where it all came from. And she mentioned that there were questions in there that no one had really asked her about her family or her lifestyle or her culture, and how that's now being passed down to her child. So yeah, she was really excited. She said, "Oh, can I take this home and can I share this with my husband and my family and use this process at home?" And we were like, yeah, take it. Like that's what we do. And she was so grateful. And she came to our family afternoon yesterday, and she just seemed more part of the space and came in so confidently and was yarning to that educator again. And they brought up more conversations that they talked about from the Uncle Ernie's. So that was really lovely to see that happen in such a short time frame. Yeah.
And we also use the Uncle Ernie's learning framework with the children. So we have we focus a lot on the children's identity, and we have some big identity books that the children contribute to about themselves. So we use that framework, the words in that framework with the children, and get them to think about their culture and their relationships and their relationship to time and everything. So so it's been really embedded, and that really helps with a lot of child protective behaviours and that starting that conversation with educators. So
yeah, wow, who would have thought?
Yeah, those identity books actually come from a Stronger Smarter challenge.
Yes.
From the transition challenge from home to preschool. So we started these big identity books. They've just got a picture of the child, and then they can draw, add pictures, words, anything all about themselves to bridge that transition from home to preschool. So we get all of those stories about their life. That child may not have shared if they didn't have that page that's theirs and that opportunity and time to go, oh, this is significant to me, and that means something to me, and that way we all know about that as well.
Share them between the two services as well, if some children go to both services.
Yeah. So, meta strategies. Walked in straight up. We noticed number one, acknowledging, embracing a positive sense of identity in your centre, and also the acknowledging, embracing leadership, Indigenous leadership in your space. You want to tell me a little bit more about that? You know, your children sat in a circle straight up this morning. Do you want to tell us about that process of what happens every day, whether it's in this centre here or Woodburn?
Yeah, so in the past it used to be one educator up front on a chair and all the children facing, and we'd run through similar processes but not the same, and it was always the children listening to the educator up front. And since changing a few of our processes and going to Stronger Smarter and sitting in circle and the power of that, and the, you know, that triangle stuff, no one's higher than anyone, we're all equal, it's a safe space. We bought those circle mats and have been sitting in circle for years now, and it just seems to work so much better. And we do our acknowledgement of country every morning, which was something that was created with the children and families. We sing an Auntie Wendy's mob song in Benjamin language. We do a check-in and see how everyone's going. The check-in is something that looks different every day. Sometimes it's with keyword sign, with visuals. Sometimes we talk about what colours we're feeling, what animals we're feeling, all age-appropriate things for our children, which is a great way to gauge how they are feeling and see who might need a bit more support during that day. And then we talk about anything important, and then we sing another song and off we go. So that's the way that we start our business every day together. Everyone's on the same page, we know what's going on, and it sort of sets the tone for the day too. We feel like they leave the mat more calm and more prepared for the day. They know what to expect and what's happening. So it's a really great way to all come together and set the day up.
Absolutely.